What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. Want to briefly talk about Shedeur Sanders on today, as we know he will be getting the first snaps for the Cleveland Browns on Friday in their preseason opener. Now, that has caused conflicting views from different people on ESPN's network and even around the country, right? You have some saying he's ready for this opportunity and all he needed was a chance. You got others saying that he's been set up to fail. And by that, they mean looking at the numbers he's putting up in training camp and, you know, how good those look. But he also didn't get the opportunity to play with the ones. Now he's finally getting that this week. But people are saying you could have given him some reps, even if not a substantial amount. He could have had a few reps here and there with the first unit. But now he's going to go out there, you know, get a few series in, and if it doesn't go well, people gonna say he wasn't set up to succeed. But if it goes well, people are gonna say, you know, he was just ready for his opportunity. Now we're all hoping Shedeur seizes this moment, which I believe he will. But you got Stephen A. Smith, Dan Orlovsky, Lewis Riddick, and others going at it, you know, about their perspective on Shedeur's upcoming preseason debut. Let's check it out.
But I'm going to answer this question by saying Shedeur Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail. That's right, I'm going to say it.
Okay.
Here we are on national television, right? There's been 11 practices, if I remember correctly. He's been starting against he's been playing against the third unit. He's fourth on the depth chart. And then suddenly you throw him into the start lineup, and he hasn't had any reps with the first team at all. Think about that. So you're just gonna throw him to the wolves like that, huh? I mean, you know, if he had first team snaps in practice, I don't say that, but he doesn't, and then all of a sudden he's starting tomorrow night. It's like you want him to fail. I'm not accusing the coaches of doing this. I'm not accusing the GM of doing this, but that owner, Mr. Haslam, that's a different animal right there. Mr. $230 million guaranteed deal to Deshaun Watson. And then he gonna come out this time around. I had nothing to do with this pick. I didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, that wasn't me. That was GM Barry right there. That wasn't me. The owner sitting up there. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yo, it wasn't me. That's what he was saying. And I'm saying, really? That's what we doing now?
I'm afraid he's going to get on the field in preseason games without a lot of practice reps. And then they're going to ask him to perform these heroic tasks in order to prove that he's worthy of being a starter when he hasn't had enough reps to really get comfortable. That's the kind of battle he's dealing with right now. I know. I've seen it. Dom, you've seen it. We've been in these camps. We know how that goes. Yeah. You don't get enough reps. They play a whole half of a game, and then all of a sudden coaches are going, why are you making that mistake? Why aren't you making that check? Why are you doing that technique? Well, damn, coach, I never was in there in practice. You never even talked to me during practice. But now you expect me to know. That's what they're going to that's what they're going to expect of him. But if anyone can get it done, it's this kid because he's been trained the right way. But I'm telling you, he is ice skating uphill. He just is. And every time you hear this organization talk, you get that feel.
Will everybody stop with the Shedeur Sanders is being set up to fail narrative? Who do you want to start the game? It's preseason week 1. First option, Joe Flacco. He's played for like 20 years. He's not going to start preseason week 1. The next 2 options would be a Kenny Pickett or a Dylan Gabriel. Both are dealing with hamstring injuries. Neither has practiced a ton recently. If they've done anything, I believe it's been 7-on-7. Who do you want to start the game? The next 2 options are Shedeur and Snoop Huntley. Shedeur's been there. Snoop Huntley just got there. So while Shedeur may not have had reps with the ones, what else do you want them to do in Cleveland? It's an opportunity for him. It may not be the ideal opportunity. Very rarely is it for a 5th-round pick, but it's an opportunity for him to go out there and do in a game what many have reported he's done in practice. Stop with the setup to fail narrative.
I mean, he's funny, he's optimistic, lighthearted, but he works hard. You know, he takes it seriously, his craft, and he's watching what the others are doing, and you know, doing it his own way in which only he can. So, you know, looking forward to see him, you know, during these preseason games and you know, how he manages the offense. But you know, I think he looks good, but all the guys look good right now.
Is Shedeur being set up to fail is the $1 million question. I feel he definitely could have been better prepared, getting more snaps with the ones. I've noticed that the Cleveland Browns, the NFL, they're plastering his picture everywhere. And so while there are conversations about potential cuts and, he won't be with the team potentially, I think they understand the monetary value that Shedeur Sanders carries. They're just trying to put him through the ringer, but in the back of their minds, they know that from a monetary standpoint, from marketing ability, he is great to have. They're just trying to do this little power tug of war, but I was never worried about Shedeur Sanders being waived. I don't think that's going to happen no time soon, and he's getting this opportunity. And so two things can be true, right? He's being set up to fail, but it is an opportunity as well, right? If I go out there when I'm set up to fail and I still dominate, it's undeniable. And the world sees it. Like, the world is seeing these practice clips, but it's nothing like in-game footage. And if we see it in-game, then what will be the excuse they can have at that point? So it is an opportunity. I think the deck has been stacked against him since the NFL draft. So when I look at this, I had a chance to think about it. Is he being set up to fail? I think they were trying to do that since the draft happened, a few months ago. That's what I think. So again, it's not one of those things that I think is new, right? That he's going up against. It's not a new hurdle. It's just another of many that's been in a long list of him not succeeding at the pro level, right? These are hurdles that he had to overcome. So look, follow me. He's been answering all the questions as a model citizen, showing up early to practice, last one to leave. He's passing all the character tests. Now this is the performance test. People said, he can't run. He can't really throw like that. So this is like the final boss of him proving himself that he's ready to be an NFL quarterback today, right now. We know he can do it. We saw what happened at Colorado. People saying they were playing against mediocre competition. Oregon's not mediocre, but Shedeur, he didn't have the best line. Within that mediocre competition, he was at the bottom of the barrel of what you would consider the mediocre competition team. And he lifted them into a top 20. Him, Travis Hunter, a few others lifted them to a top 25 ranking at different points last season. So, I think Shedeur's ready for this, man. I think he's faced so much adversity throughout his career, his young career, and the projection has changed so much from him being lottery or first round, I should say, being a shoe-in first round pick to now fifth round pick. It's changed so much. He's had to I don't want to say recommit himself in a way, but his focus is probably higher than it's ever been. So I think Shedeur just sees this as an opportunity. I think we making a big fuss about it. I think he sees it as an opportunity. That's what I think. But let me know what you guys think. You think he being set up to fail, or you think Shedeur just gonna eat this opportunity? He gonna shut him up again? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.